You guys got quite the appetite this morning. You gonna drink some of your broth? He likes it when it's jello like that. Nighttime, that one is not yours. Yours is behind you. She goes, but Mom, this one has more gravy on top. Good morning, Missy. I brought you your chicken. I brought you your chicken. Good morning. Midnight accidentally got in here yesterday and she was petrified. And he was pretty upset. I don't know why it's so intense between them. I wish it wasn't. Hi, honey. I think Stripe's headed to use the restroom. He was so stubborn about wanting in last night and then going back out that I had to carry him to the cat tree in the garage to settle him. I tried to put him out and he ran back in the house. He was like, Mom, it's cold and it's wet and I don't want to be outside. I don't want my paws to get wet. I don't want to. I guess I've spoiled him now. Here's my sweet boy. Hi, bud. Hi. Good boy. So I think the rain has officially ended. Not that we're going to see sun first thing this morning, but the rain has officially ended. It's in the 40s now. It's going to get like 2 degrees warmer during the day, so basically not. Let me clean the water bowls. Hi. You ready for breakfast? Huh? You ready? Goes, I sure am, Mom. Sure am. Hi, buddy. Hi. Here you go. Oh. Good morning. Here you go, bud. Good morning. Ah, it's Friday. Yay! And the rain has stopped. Double yay. Good morning, Ruby. Oh, wow. It's a dry road and there's some blue in the sky this morning. What is that? I forgot what that looks like. Yeah, Don and I were watching Greg Fischel's weather forecast on Patreon last night, and after he gives basically, you know, the 5-day or 7-day forecast, then he goes into quite a bit of detail. And oh wow, here comes the school bus. I prefer not to pass it where these cones are. Don and I are both tired of these cones on the left over here. Do what you need to do near the street and get rid of them. This part's not so bad, but the other part is basically right on the white line, and this is narrow anyway. But I digress. Bottom line is, we're not getting any snow in February. There was one model, literally one, that showed a 6-inch snowfall on February the 11th, and no other model showed any snowfall anytime in February. Now, you know, that's not cast in stone. And if we see a flake, they'll consider that we had it. But realistically, we're not getting any. And we've had plenty of March snow flurries before, but never any significant snow, really. Like, you know, twice in the last 50 years in March. So I don't think we're getting any snow this winter. I think I said before, our average is about 6 inches, but that's because some years we get a lot more and a lot of years we don't get any. I like 2000 when we got 21 inches overnight. That was like a really untypical event. It was pretty uneventful coming in this morning. One person at the split back there was in the far right lane and darted across to go straight, which is either a rookie mistake or don't care about other drivers. I don't know which, but it's a dangerous maneuver there at the very end to do that. But it was pretty uneventful coming in today, and I'm so glad that it's not wet anymore. Ask me how I'm feeling about it though tonight when we get down into the low 20s. headed straight home today instead of stopping at St. Monica's or doing anything else. I have a doctor's appointment in Durham at 11:20, and of course they'd like me there a few minutes early. So if we're going to walk, I've got to get home fast, walk fast, leave fast. It's going to be tight. So, yeah. It says 8:10. It'll probably be more like 8:15. But that's about the amount. It takes us about an hour and 15 minutes door to door to do our full walk at South Park on weekdays. So if we leave at 8:30 from the house, it gets us home at 9:45. To get up there at 11:05, I really can't leave later than 10, but you know, 9:50 would be good. So I get enough time to use the bathroom and grab a cup of coffee before I head down the road. So yeah, leaving the house at 8:30 will be what I will shoot for. We got out here quick. It's 8:36. We're on schedule. We did have a little hiccup at the house though. I realized all of the cat heating pads, front porch and backside, are all off, and of course the GFCI has tripped. So it's always the backyard one. So that's currently drying out, but Panther is back online. It's okay now. We're in the 40s, right? They're not as comfy as they'd like to be, but we'll get it back on before it gets into the 20s tonight. I was not pleased though. Not pleased. Don't want my babies to be cold. There is one other person out here on the trail with us this morning at least. But we're not bound to see too many. Well, it is a little windy out here. A little windier than is convenient. This is our last lap. We're fixing to head on back down the trail. Phew! The solar panel job looks complete. Don said it's possible, not inspected. Hard to say. And even if it's running today, they're not getting a lot of solar.
But maybe later this afternoon they'll get some.
Tomorrow, when it's flat out cold, then it's going to be sunny. It's 9:45. Now would not be a good time to tell Dawn that we accidentally walked around the track 4 times instead of 3 times. We walked for 68 minutes and 2.85 miles.
Oh, God almighty.
It's your job to count. Just because I'm the math major doesn't mean I'm supposed to keep up with it or anything.
In my mouth.
He was. Says I'm going to get to my doctor's appointment at 10:40. My actual appointment is 11:20. I'll probably lose 10 minutes. It's 5 minutes to walk in. They wanted me there 15 minutes early. So I would say I'm right on schedule with possibly 5 to 10 minutes cushion, which is nice for a change. And poor Marty and Tux, and well, Morris and Stripe were back there too. They all wanted attention. Mama sit down in her spot on the end of the boardwalk. Tux wanted his, you know, head scratched. And I was like, I'm so sorry guys, no time for pictures, no time for attention right now. Mom's got to stay on schedule. And they were a little bummed. Well, it's been rainy all week. It's hard to sit with them. And you know, Tux has actually been in the last 2 nights, went to visit Gray. Johnny took a picture, but Tux was not being photogenic. So Tux has had extra attention, and Stripe has, but Marty, who does not want to stay in the house but more than like 2 minutes and rush right back outside despite everything Johnny and I would offer him, he's probably right to be a little on the lonesome side, poor guy. Anyway, I'm on the road. I told Don I am so tired of appointments. This is just a yearly physical thing. No blood work here because the other doctor has already done all the blood work. And yeah, you got to do it whether you want to do it or not. But I'm so tired of appointments. And Johnny and I have an extra appointment this afternoon, and then Johnny's got Taekwondo, so it's just busy. It's just always busy. Next week looks like there's extra appointments too, and maybe the week after it slows down some. I don't know. It's 10 miles up to I-40. and then 4 miles west on 40 basically to this Duke location. It's by South Point Mall. It's, you guys will recognize the parking deck up on top after I get parked over there. It's not too bad of a drive. I'm probably not going home afterward, yet I'll have extra time before it's time to pick up Johnny. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll do the math, see which works, although I suspect from a mileage perspective it's probably better if I just go someplace like maybe the Lego store and walk around, because that's in the direction of the school. If I go all the way back home and then all the way back into Raleigh, that's will, you know, use up a lot more miles and just be driving around without really a reason, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Dawn and the kitties for 15 to 30 minutes, but probably not what I'm going to do. We'll see. Just depends on what time I get out of there, how on time he is, what Ruby says the math is when I get back to the car. It's 10:55 a.m. and I've made good time getting here to the Duke building. This is near exit 276 off I-40. It's technically Durham, although it's the most southern point. Anyway, I plugged in the Lego store, I plugged in Johnny's school, and I plugged in home, and that gets me home at 27%, which of course is a generous arrival amount. So I know that I can do that without any issues. We'll just we'll see what time it is. It's like 25 minutes or something over to the mall. Not exactly a direct route, 23 minutes, but still not too bad. It's sort of on the way to the school, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure when I was here about a year ago, that Model 3 was parked in that same spot. I'm not sure why they would choose that over the corner, but yeah, up top here is usually not full. It's 45 and the sun is out here. Not bright blue, but still it's poking through. It's not too far of a walk into the building. I did put on my jacket. Don't like jackets. All is good. So it's 12:25 p.m. You know, my appointment was at 11:20. Dr. Duncan, he always takes his time. I really didn't wait on him too long. I'm sure it wasn't more than 10 or 15. It was quite reasonable. At any point, if I went home, I'd get home at 1:15 and I leave for downtown at 1:30. So I'd be home for 15 minutes. If I had something specific to do, I might do that. But going over to the mall, that gives me about an hour and 10 minutes total before, total at the mall, and I guess, yeah, a little over an hour at the mall, and then I'd need to leave to drive to the school. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, driving all the way back, like I said, from a mileage perspective, a battery perspective, you know, do something while I'm out and up this way. See, you know, it's really what I want to do, and it works well with the car, because if I went home and then went back downtown and back, I probably can do that, but it would be closer. Anyway, I'm here. I'm just planning to go to Lego and then back, and if I have extra time, I'll sit at St. Monica's for a few minutes. I did remember my pick-a-brick cup saves me $1 if I decide to fill it. I did not do that the last time I was here. This depends on what's on the wall, if it'll be helpful for a build that I have planned. Well, they've added the A-frame cabin to the window this week. It's brand new, and I'm seeing a butterfly lower on that left tree. That must be a brand new Lego piece, and I'm loving the butterfly. I also think there might be a beaver with this set that's new. I've never seen a beaver before. Oh, there's a butterfly on the front of the house. It's pretty cool. Perfect timing to get over to Johnny's school. I just went to the Lego store. I spent almost all of the time filling up the larger pick-a-brick cup, which I did remember. There, maybe that's back in focus. Yeah, I spent all my time in the Lego store and almost all of that time at the pick-a-brick wall, filling the cup just right, packing in every last little piece possible. There were a lot of little pieces, so it is a very full cup, but they had some white, black, and light bluish gray plates for like those floors I'm always doing in my building, so I was able to get some of them in. I think, yeah, I was able to get some of them in, more than you would think how I did it. It's a very engineering problem to try to figure out how to fill the cup and get the most for your money. There was a new guy in there with his kids, didn't know about the pick-a-brick ball, and the kids and him were like, their eyes were huge with delight of picking, and me and another mom who had sat down in her chair while her son, 17, conversed with one of the store employees. We're giving him tips on how to load it, how to shake it, how to get the most out of the cup. It was fun. It always perks me up when I go in there. They had pretty much every Lego set I would like to get, but I didn't get it. I was a good girl. I behaved. I have this little tiny bag today. Don would be so happy. Well, he'd be happier probably if I didn't go in the Lego store, but he'd be really happy that I didn't come out with a big bag. And I bought the Scouts minifigure pack because, as in Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, the body has a sash with badges on it. It really looks very Girl Scouty and not Boy Scouty, but that's okay. But they were giving away essentially an extra person. I'll have to look at how much, yeah, an extra person's worth. There were, instead of 3 minifigures in the bin, there were 4, and they had it loaded up with the like little pug-nosed dog and a camera accessory and a magnifying glass accessory. It was a good deal, so I grabbed a pack of Scouts. They would probably look really good with the big A-frame house, like, you know, the kids scouting. Yeah, so if somebody's buying the A-frame house, the little log cabin, they should probably definitely get the kids pack. They had 20 of them packed up like that. So I figure the Scouts didn't sell well and that's why they were doing it, but that's okay. They got to have something clearance in the store. I don't know why the excursion is there, but it is. Wow, look at the buses. The hockey player up top made the news. The wedge part that'll let me continue on the second floor over there, the one with the tiles, came. The one for the roof I did yesterday is a smaller size, and that's still on the way. Also got some more of the flat white tiles. More of the tan little tiles are coming. So anyway, I can continue on the house when I have time, or the newspaper building. And I bought, this is the Scouts kind of clearance set that I bought today. You can see on the bodies, you can see the sash with the badges. And here's a better view of the parts. Dawn says it's not fair, there's a hole in the bottom, but I said, but people usually fill this part at the top. I just was trying to be reasonable since I felt I tacked a really good amount in for the money. I didn't want to spill them all over the floor. They'll let you, I could have probably put on a couple more plates. They're very easygoing and let you tape the jugs over there. They let you stack it, overfill it. And the Lego bricks from Guardian Angel yesterday. There's a lot of good stuff in there. But that is a project for another day when I don't have, like when I'm stuck on my building. Wow, no, that's a brown. I was going to say, is that a dark red plate? But it's not, it's a brown plate. Reddish brown. Johnny and I weren't home very long. I've got him up to Taekwondo now. We were running a little late. I was coming down Main Street and I heard, like at Ashworth, the automotive place on the side, I heard like, sounded like power washing or maybe like an air compressor kind of thing. And the next thing I knew, something really smacked Ruby's windshield really hard. So I pulled over here at Mineral Springs and I got out and I examined the windshield and I don't see any cracks or chips. So hopefully I'm okay, because if I lose my pretty rainbow glass, I will be not happy. I mean, the main reason is if there was a crack, I was going to go back and tell those guys that they flung something at my car, which of course I couldn't have proved, but probably not the Tesla dash cam because there's no sound, but my personal dash cam has sound, so maybe I could have proved something. But bottom line is I'd almost rather have damage to the paint than I would the glass, because you can't, it's not, I don't think it's that same pretty glass anymore. And I like it, I'm used to it, so, but I think Ruby's okay. You know, we've had this windshield have 2 little chips and had them filled, and the windshield is holding up, and I don't want a new windshield, even though it's kind of 5 years, 100,000 miles, scratchy now a little bit. I don't want a new one, but I'll tell Don, so when he's washing the car, because he knows every little, you know, he pays attention to Ruby, so he can check it out. But please don't let me see some crack. But I did. I looked it over really good from outside and inside now. I think we're okay. Yeah, obviously I jumped and was really startled because it was quite the sound. Yeah, we've all heard that sound before if we've been driving for a while, right? And it's can be not a good thing. And I've had times when it wasn't a good thing, but I didn't notice it right away. Certainly nothing immediately in front of the driver. You know, the one boo-boo is like right here near the autopilot housing, and that one was thank goodness it wasn't over 1 inch or 2, or we probably would have had to have the windshield replaced. Not because it was going to crack further, but even filling it leaves a little, you know, fuzzy spot.
Poor kid, stress.
Yeah, Don helped me look Ruby over really good. I mean, she's dirty. It's sort of hard to see, but Don didn't see any damage either, so that's good, because you're the one that knows every little
nook and cranny. Every nook and
right.
cranny.
I'm the interior girl.
That's right.
And Don takes care of the exterior.
Right. That's
so
right.
Yeah, so you're working on your faceplate?
Yes, I'm working on my
faceplate. Lift it up. It's not high enough.
Yeah, I got a little covers that go on the end.
Okay, he's not lifting, so I'll come to him.
Sorry.
Donnie.
So this has got 2 double pole relays. It's got normally open, normally closed, normally closed, and of course common, and it runs off of 24 volts. Well, up to like 32 volts, 7 to 32 volts.
So this thing's going to be on this side?
Yeah. Well, that way you can reset it and manually turn on one or off the other. So you can manually do it. And does this get covered on the end though? Yeah, this will be a nice little pre-cover. Okay, well that was the part. I was like, wait a minute, that's mounted on the outside. See no wires.
Well, I don't care about seeing it.
See no wires.
It's near some of my stuff in the laundry room, and I don't want to be in trouble for messing it up. Was more what I was. This switch, which I will label, I left enough room up here for the label. Yeah. This is the bypass switch. So when it's on like this, that means this thing has the ability to control it, right? And then when you turn it off, then that means this is bypassed. No matter what this does, it won't do anything. Cool. Conveniently, Don was in the garage when I got home, and this is, we didn't start out, but this is heat pump stuff. Aux strips. Right. Well, I had this kind of stuck in the wall. Right. To make sure it works. I think I explained all that a couple weeks ago, but it's been working really well. And so now I'm doing a little bit more permanent installation. Cool. And then the other thing is a relay, and the relay mounts to the back side. Like this, and that's what this hole and that hole, they hold the relay on. You won't see the relay. Okay. But the relay handles it when it's in air conditioning mode, because you don't want aux strips and AC at the same time. Right. Really? That's right. So this takes care of it when it's in so you can this switch, you probably never have to turn it, but in the event that this thing goes crazy or something stupid, this will disconnect everything. Turn it, disable it, and then this just makes double daggum sure that when it's in air conditioning mode versus heat mode, that it won't turn on the heat strips. So that's what this does. Cool. I just want you guys to know that I have learned an extra 10 more things about heat pumps in the last week that I really never need to know, but I'm here for you, Donnie. I'm here for you.
Here for me,
Andy, please call Donnie and talk to him about his heat pump project. Or Adam, or any of you other guys that, you know electronics. I trust the electronics to you. Yum, St. Louis style pork ribs. So I got the flooring done on the second floor. This is, it's complete to the step that I'm on, and it's time to start building up wall stuff tomorrow.